and welcome into this video. And I haven't made a video in a while, and that's why because I participated in a tournament and I got 7th place with a fantastic score with 5 out of 7. And today I want to show you some instructive moments in each of my games. So here I play what this was in round number 1, and I was the higher rated opponent, but the end game is around equals, and I want to win this. Here he played g6, some up a pawn, which just allows me to play f4 and e5, and I later on won the game. If he would have played rook d8, which is definitely a better try. The endgame is equal, but I want to win it, so knight f5 is not a good move, practically, because then this is just a draw with the rook entering on c4 or on c2. But I had in mind to play the move e5, clearing the square because I want to have this knight here. And I'm up a pawn, so I can sacrifice one. And now this knight comes to c5, which is a great position, hits this, and also this pawn is quite weak, and I would still have some very nice winning chances. So this was from round number 2 again. I played against the FIDE master, and I was just completely lost the entire game according to the computer. I wanted to play this for a win. So yeah, no, that wasn't the position, it was around here, yes. He played a3, which is not a... But let's go back to this position. So here I played the move c6 to activate my bishop along this diagonal. He played a strange move, king c2, king b1, which looks way more natural. So now I activated my bishop, and this pawn blocks the queen. And here played the move bishop d2, and here blundered with rook e2, and now I have the very nice move bishop e3. And now he just resigns because there's no way to stop queen d1 checkmate. For example, this is a checkmate. Or if he... I don't know what to do. Yeah, and queen takes c4 is unstoppable. He could have played knight f6 here, and after I move my queen somewhere, rook d1, and he still would be winning. And this was from my 3rd round, and he played against the number 1 of the tournament with an elo about 2,400. And here I didn't use my chance to play d3. After knight e3, for example, queen d6 or knight e5, and the position is just equal. Instead, I played queen d6, which is just a very bad move, and after d3, queen d2, my position is just really bad, and later on I lost the game. So yeah, okay, this was from my 4th round, and here after knight e4, I had a very nice chance to play knight e1 with the intention to meet, first of all, bishop c5 with knight e3. So I'm down a pawn currently, but black is very underdeveloped and this rook is very nice. So I want to attack right away. So let's put these arrows away. So if black just develops a bishop, then I have queen g4. And what's winning? If bishop c5, then queen g4 doesn't work as good as because of d3 check, and after king g1, h1 for example, taking and knight f2 check. So, but I have to move knight d3, and the knight is very nicely placed here, blockading this pawn, and then I can play queen g4 with the winning position. And after, let's say, black just develops, then I can play queen f3 with a double attack. Later on I won the game, but it was not as easy as it would have been if I would just have played 91. So this was my position also against the FIDE master, I think. And here I didn't use my chance either to play c4 or d takes c5 and then going knight d4. So bishop takes c5 is forced, because this just wins a piece. And after bishop takes c5, knight d4, I'm just clearly better here. I mean, black is no counterplay. Later on, I drew the game. Okay, wait, let's go back a few moves until here. So here playing it against an international master. And after bishop e2, so pawns are equal. My pawn structure's a bit worse, and also have some pawns in the dark squares. But I have this plan to go knight a1 and knight takes b3. But he has to move bishop d2 to meet knight a1, either with bishop takes a5 or with b4. But after knight a1, he played b4, which is a losing move. I didn't see this during the game. And here I had the nice opportunity, which I didn't use, to play the move b5. And if white takes, then I can take this pawn. If white takes this, I can push. And the point is that white's king is just very far away from the queen side. Then I get a passed pawn, which is just very strong, and objectively I'm winning. Instead of took this pawn and then sacrificed later on this pawn to get this kind of endgame, and then this endgame rised, which he played for a win. And we have to understand white's winning plan is to bring this knight to e6, for example like this, and then white is winning because the king gets to f6. The king doesn't know where to go. If I play knight c6 check, then it goes king e8, and it's still not that clear how I can prevent this plan. So in the game I played knight e2, with intention to meet knight c5 with knight takes f4, but it turns out that I can still play knight c5. After knight takes f4, knight e6 check, this pawn game is winning. The king is getting to f6 or f7, and white is winning. He didn't see this. We repeated oh no. Yeah, we repeated once. And here again he could have played knight c5, but he didn't. And later on the game ended in a draw after 7 hours and 10 minutes. Quite a long game. And this was my last round. Here I was up 2 pawns, and I had these double pawns. My pieces are quite active, pressuring. This rook is not doing that much, but it doesn't matter. It supports this pawn, defends this pawn. But this knight is really ugly, it doesn't do anything, this is controlled. So in the game, I played h3 with the plan to activate my knight, and then black's position just collapses, and I won the game. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I think you'll learn something new, and I see you in the next video.